G'day traders, Mindset Reset. It's Free Cash Friday on the backside of the week, the closing range of the week. Now, it's been a big week all the way around for a lot of reasons. Obviously, we had the master class and there's been a lot of great feedback from a lot of traders, and I appreciate that. And there's still a lot to come. Now, the big thing about the ACB master class is that if I can impress upon you one important factor about ACB templates, and that is the fact that recognizing the days and the setups where it's easy to make a lot of money on, and those markets trading to the close versus days where we are auctioning from highs to lows or back and forth in a market, regardless of the direction that it's going, and asking yourself the question, do I need to be trading all the time, or do I want to be hunting out the opportunities where I can scale in and make a lot of money, as opposed to trying to read markets all the time and catch a move or get a trade that not necessarily that you can't get the direction right, but would you put size on that opportunity? And that's sort of the idea behind some traders asked why I am focusing on the ACBs with my sons. And the reason is that I don't want them to learn how to trade markets. I don't want them to study how to learn how to trade markets. I only want them to take trades where they have the odds significantly stacked in their favor, and over time exercising that same repetitive setup, as my friend Steven says, round kick, round kick, round kick, looking for the same setups. Now, one of the beautiful things about studying the simple ACB template, the main simple ACB template, is this. As a result of that, because you're looking for that each week, is that you're not going to get it every week, but what you will get out of that process is recognizing the other setups that come along with those templates as a result of that. First green day, first red day. And as opposed to just taking trades, recognizing there are still days where it's easy to make money on. It just may not be the monkey hammer template. And that's one of the most powerful things that I can impress upon you, is hunting out that template and not getting it will allow you to still understand the underlying directional bias of the higher time frame. And that's where everything comes from. Everything comes from that. And that's why I'm going to be updating the playbook with modules specifically related to mastering your understanding of that higher time frame, because that makes everything really simple. Assuming traders had that experience. But one of the things that you're going to encounter is that the barrier to the majority of traders' success is between the ears, because they're always trying to take trades. They're always wanting to trade the markets. And as I said with my sons, I don't want them to learn anything about trading the markets. The last thing I want them to do is to go down the rabbit hole trying to learn how to trade. I want them to only execute setups where they can't lose. And if that's the only thing they learn, when they go to the screen on any other day, regardless if there's a setup or not, they're going to look at it and go, no, that's not the ACB template. That's the whole idea. Trade when you have the odds stacked in your favor, even if it's only for a session, nail and bail. Great question from a trader is your basket. How do you narrow your basket down? And here's the easiest thing to do. Just pick 6 or 8 or 10 instruments and make that your basket. Something that gives you a bit more robust reflection of the market, depending on the session that you're trading. You might have a few major currency pairs and a few cross rates, just to give you a basket to look for your setups. You may have a couple of metals, silver and gold. I obviously like to look at gold, silver second, and copper typically third. Now, copper's given a couple of great US session trades the last 3 Fridays in a row. And I like to look at the Dow and the NASDAQ. Now, Russell and S&P, same thing. They'll give great trades. But again, how much do you want to filter through? I like to look at all of the indexes, but I tend to focus on the NASDAQ and the Dow to look for certain setups and behaviors. But I always look at all of them. Always look at all of them. The currencies, I'm looking for 1 or 2 to give me either an Asian session opportunity or a larger Monday, Wednesday, Friday template opportunity if it presents, whether that's the Wednesday ACB or a Friday ACB. Now, we had a couple of great trades on pound crosses today that several traders in the community executed. We had some opportunities on copper right at the open of the US window, the high close of the week, reversing. So here's the thing about the basket. Traders are so concerned about missing out on stuff, they make the basket too big. And really, all you have to do is filter through. And from the ACB Masterclass, like I mentioned, some of those templates are not going to show up every month. But what you will find as a result of them not showing up, you will recognize the first green day, first red day, higher time frame opportunities. And also with first green day, first red day, the trades that come 2 or 3 days after that market has reversed. Because sometimes on a higher time frame, 5 month, 12 month, those reversals are going to unwind into the next week. So those are the things about just being patient. You only need 2 or 3 of those ACB setups to really compound your account, because when you're in a higher time frame coming out of a first red day or first green day, and it's the move now that's going to go, those are scalable. Some of the reversals on Friday are scalable because they're going to go all the way back to get traders who are caught in breakouts. It's just not the Wednesday template. Now, the Wednesday template, ideally, when it shows up in the right place, is going to wipe out a whole week. So we're going to have templates that wipe out a whole day, and we're going to have templates that wipe out an entire week. So I'm not really worried about finding trades all the time and every single day. And when you kind of get to that point, you realize how trying to trade all the time is what leads traders into self-sabotaging behavior. The mental belief that I need to make money every single day, as opposed to finding setups that you can really size into that go to the close and make a lot of money with zero stress, zero thinking, zero emotion, and zero management, as opposed to holding on to something as it's auctioning back and forth all day, and you still can't get out because it keeps coming back and auctioning, even though it's moving in the right direction. You can get into a trade and you can put a stop in and walk away, but very hard to do that with size and maintain your mental sanity. So it's about protecting your psychological capital as well as your financial capital. But when you are going to trade, getting trades that are going to deliver 4, 5, 10 to 1. And the monkey hammers give more than 10 to 1, especially when they show up on the larger instruments, indexes, gold. Those will offer 20 to 1 in some cases, because they will go 500, 700 pips of movement. So being patient is a big thing. Not wanting to trade all the time takes away that impulsiveness, that impatience, the need to take trades, because that's ridiculous. When you really start to think about growing a trading business, the compulsion to feel like I need to get a trade today is where retail never ends up going anywhere. They win some, they lose some, they grow their account, and then they get on a bad day, they blow their account up, and they start all over again. And I'm sure if you've been trading long enough, you can attest to that. So hopefully, so far, I think the feedback has been fantastic. It's really about mastering that one setup and that understanding. As soon as you do that, you will start to see ACBs all over the place because they show up. And it's just a matter of being patient. And if you miss one on an instrument, who cares? You're gonna have them come. They're gonna keep coming. That's the nature of the game. Get people into the market and then wipe them out. Trap and shift, as my friend Steven says. And the whole object of that is to shift the money from the many to the few. And that's really where my focus is where can I maximize, if I'm going to go into the market and I want to put size into something, where can I maximize my results with the lowest amount of risk, the least amount of stress, the least amount of emotional distress, and zero management. Like for my sons, I don't want them to learn anything. I want them to put a entry into the market, place a stop. When it clears a level, go to break even and get on with their day. Come back at the end of the day, close the position out, or exit an hour before the market closes. And that's it. That's rinse and repeat. Marking up tea leaves and slopes and little bars and counting pushes and all that is not consistently reproducible for the average retail trader. And most individuals don't do it consistently anyways. And very hard to put size into markets day to day using what little 1 minute ranges. Even if it's going to be a large range day, it all starts from the higher time frame. It all starts from the higher time frame thesis. First red day, first green day, 3 days of breakout traders in the markets. Highs of weeks, lows of weeks, highs of months, lows of months. It's very simple. It's the retail trader mindset that gets people into trouble. And that's the big thing about the masterclass. Hopefully it's going to just keep shifting you and allowing you to step back and looking at days and setups where it's really easy to make a lot of money on, and then just being patient in between, knowing that it's going to keep happening over and over and over again. So I'm going to be away for a few days, but I'm going to try and get a couple more videos up before I take off. And again, I appreciate all of your feedback. There's still much more to get in there for traders. I really want you to get the maximum out of this. We're going to just keep hammering home on the simple principles, sticking to rinse and repeat, and maximizing the opportunities on the days and the setups where it's really easy to make a lot of money on. And in between, doing nothing else. And as my friend Steven says, physically exerting yourself to maintain your sanity in between feeding the beast and finding the monkey hammer. So have a great weekend, traders. I love you and appreciate you. Next week's going to be even better. 2025. The goal was when we started the year to make this yours and my best trading year ever. We're not even at the end of the first month, and already this has been a tremendous month for many traders in the community. Congratulations. Let's keep it going and keep it growing. Have a great weekend, and may the markets go with you.